Well, Coach, the seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Ford Field tunnels, and the noise level in this place just about off the charts. They are set for football as the Lions get ready to do battle with the Kansas City Chiefs. Set to go from Detroit as Matt Prater approaches and booms it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now a man who really came on late last year, it's Damian Williams. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down. Well, with Damian Williams, it's notable that the Chiefs didn't make a play to go after a big-time running back in the offseason. The coaching staff said back in May they didn't want running back by committee. They trusted Williams to be their starter. You remember last year he was forced into the starting role the final 3 games of the season due to attrition, and he really excelled. And then he was excellent in the playoffs against the Colts and Patriots. Strong indicator that he was ready to be the bell cow. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A give to Williams, running right. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Lions' 40-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Williams. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That one good for 12 yards and a Kansas City first.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
I don't need to. Attack!
DeAndre Washington, his first carry. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On second down, it's Williams. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Yellow. On the line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. What happened there? Was that just a missed assignment on the O-line?
It certainly felt like it, but also the speed of the play. When you're talking about defensive end, they want to be ahead of the clock, don't they? They want to be upfield, making plays on every snap. How about his agility there to run that one down?
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Damian Williams, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
We got to step it up.
A look at Kerryon Johnson, 2nd-year man out of Auburn. And some room to roam now. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big run there by Johnson, 54 yards.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. From the gun, here's Stafford. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Chris Jones gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Double right. Check 99. Check. Hold on behind. Ready to move. Kill. 40 got. 40 got.
Back to throw. Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 23 yards, the final tally.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Y'all playing the wrong football. Hey, give me radar. Check. Under 10. Under 10. 10.
2nd down and goal. Stafford flushed out right. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hockenson. But now it's 3rd and goal. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined. But sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Max 22. All day, dog.
32.
Jam. Switch.
Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. Escaping the pressure right. Galladay's got it. And the Lions have a touchdown. Kenny Golladay, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Is that Woody
He would have
Hayes?
kept it on the ground.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Yellow.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Check 31. Check 31. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Hey, watch it.
Yellow.
Watch it.
They'll run it with Williams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
These two teams all tied after one.
With the score tied 7-7.
Yellow.
Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Hey, 57 colors. 57 colors.
Come on, boy. 51. I'm trying.
Mahomes now on first down. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Tyreek Hill, his second touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up first and 10. Stafford now to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Chris Jones able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Check. You go tight.
Real right, 22.
Hey. 51 to Mike.
Now Stafford. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down.
That's good for the Lions.
One of the selling points of the corner route is usually the receiver is able to move away from the defender. But in this case, he didn't get that far away.
Ready.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go, D. All day. Defense all day. All day. Shift. Watch the shift. Whip, whip. Whip, whip. Watch the whip.
Stay 50. Stay 50.
Hey, turn it up.
Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Stafford. And just as you called it after the earlier sack, they set up the screen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit. Well, Charles, you said just a bit ago their aggression might get to him, set up the screen. It could work, and it did.
It certainly did, and you have to give the offense coordinator a ton of credit for being able to see it, anticipate it, and get right to the call.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 49-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. They blitzed there, but to be honest, I don't know if it would have mattered had they blitzed or not. That run play was going nowhere.
Yeah, it's really, really difficult at times to figure out where that defense is coming from. But if you're committed to running the football, you can get people up on those linebackers, right? Those guards don't have to block anyone at the line of scrimmage. They can get up to the 2nd level and create some space.
From the 50, it's Stafford. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Come on, D.
Zebra.
Showing it.
This looks like a free play for Stafford. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. 20. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Baby, all day, baby.
And they still need 6 yards here on 3rd down after the penalty. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Here is Matt Prater now. He's got the leg for this as he holds the NFL record with a 64-yarder back in 2013. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. Well, this is a guy who is already among an elite group of kickers that have hit from 60-plus in an NFL game, but that's a tough ask to try and get him to produce another one here.
You're exactly right. It's elite group for a reason, isn't it? No small feat for him to hit it from that distance. This one doesn't go through. I always marvel at those guys because it's the same approach every time, the same smoothness when they swing their leg. Doesn't look like they're putting anything extra even when they're kicking it for 60-plus.
Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
I think the good offensive coordinators in the league now are looking at the fullback position and finding the right guys to hide in that spot and increase their passing game, as we just saw there. How about the run after catch? Racked him.
Well, yeah, whether it's a true fullback, a tight end you put in the fullback spot, you know they're going to be tough to bring down if you can get them the football in the passing game. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 at the 25-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Shoot. 15. Hey, let's go. Check 13. Check 13. Yellow. Check 20. Right on these two. Right on these two. Watch twist. Watch it.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 7 yards there and a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and score. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Following the penalty, it's Williams. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Williams. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Damian Williams with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Shit. Alert! Hey, 54. Bravo.
Throwing again. Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Middle.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over.
Yellow.
Get ready.
Mahomes now on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
You can't block me.
Now Williams. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd.
Check the backer, check the backer.
Yellow.
Scene 6.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Now it's Stafford. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
I got you. I got you.
Hey, 22.
Out of the gun, Stafford. He'll get this one to Galladay. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Throwing is Stafford. Open man is Allison, complete. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. They just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So now first and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 45-yard line.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Go, go, go. Hatchet. Hatchet.
50-50.
Checking. Crash, crash.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Incomplete.
Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made, no grounding. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Hey, 5-0. Let's go now, let's go.
To throw again, Stafford. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a third and 10. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Here's Stafford. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. This is caught. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Butker now to add the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once...
And the Chiefs are going to get him. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Stafford. Open here is Allison. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. Stafford now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Stafford. He finds his man Johnson. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
To throw again on second down. Stafford trying to lay one up deep. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but third and short definitely was a great time to dial one up.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. To throw is Stafford. Rashad Breeland there defensively and able to knock that one down to the ground.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 27-yard line. Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Stafford. His throw incomplete. Kenny Golladay is intended receiver. Third down here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
No. Off. Check nickel. 10.
Operating from the gun. Stafford. It's caught. Jones. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Back now at Ford Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. So another third down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal.
Back. Big 20.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Stafford. Forced out to his left. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Geronimo Allison, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
On the ground, this is Williams. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
At the 47-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll hand it off now. Williams. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do. Late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. No gain at all on the play there, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Well, they work this out past the 25. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Check four. Right there.
On first down, Stafford here. Complete to Jones. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. If you're thinking of a comeback here, you go to 2016. That's when Stafford had an NFL record 8 fourth-quarter comebacks. But last year, despite playing all 16 games, he had 0. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Back to throw, Stafford. Screen play, Johnson. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
23 yards on the play.
Yellow.
Watch the screen.
Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. He felt the pressure coming there. That was a good job of just making something out of nothing, so to speak.
Yeah, took the hit and still made the play. You know, when we talk about runners, all right, and on running plays, runs after contact, we call that getting dirty yards, tough, gritty ones. To me, that's like the version of a dirty pass. He knows he's going to get smacked, yet still delivers the football and picks up good yardage.
So this one in the win column for Kansas City, and it was Patrick Mahomes leading the way.
He doesn't seem to get ruffled no matter where he plays, does he? Home, on the road. If you put him in a neutral site, which he hopes one day would be the Super Bowl, he plays at a high level. We know about the big right arm, but I think it's the poise that I'm really, really admiring out of this youngster and watching him play. How about the first 3 games of his career in the NFL as a starter in 2018? He set a record for touchdown passes with 13.
Yeah, you think back to that entrance, and he has just kept it up. Amazing what he's been able to do. So for Kansas City, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they'll sink now to 0-4. And fortunately for them, they'll have the early bye next week as they return to action in Week 6. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.